Hey y'all, it's Kandi. I am back today to bring you guys along with me while I try an experiment of fermenting some vegetables. I've already done it once before and it was a success. I did it in mason jars, but today I'm going to do something a little bit different. So stick around and we'll see what's going to happen. So I decided to try a little experiment about fermenting our vegetables inside vacuum sealed bags. So I am using the Nesco vacuum sealer. I got it off of Amazon. It was not expensive. I use it all the time. This is the first time I'm going to use it for fermenting. Usually I just use it for putting my meat in the freezer or sous videing my meat. So for today, I'm going to ferment these vegetables. I have carrots. These are all organic. I have carrots and onions that I've chopped up. And I decided to do some radishes and also some garlic. So we are going to put these in a Ziploc bag with salt and ferment them and then wait for a couple days and see what happens. So first step is we're going to weigh our vegetables and weigh them in grams. Let me see how much these weigh. I'm getting everywhere. You know, with the vegetables, I'm also going to do some red pepper because I like the spice. So we have 1,257 grams, and we are going to multiply that times 0.02 to get a 2% solution of salt. So 1,257 grams times 0.02. I'm going to use 25.14 grams of salt. A little bit more. I'll probably just round it to 26 so that it's an even amount. You can use pink Himalayan salt, Redmond salt, Celtic salt, any salt that's not iodized. I just happen to have this canning and pickling salt that I've had for a long time, and I am going to use this up. And the ingredients on this is just salt. So I'm going to bring this back. We're going to do 26 grams. We have 28 grams. We're going to call it good. A little bit more is not going to kill it. So when I cut the bag, I'm going to make sure that it's going to have enough room to be able to expand, because as this sits on the counter, the gases will produce in there with the salt and the vegetables, and the bag will expand. So I'm not going to have a bag that's just enough room for the vegetables. I want to make sure that we do have enough room for the expansion as well. Okay, so what I like about this is it does have this little slicer here, and it gets an even slice that is straight across and not all jaggedy. We're going to start by sealing only one side. It doesn't take long. It's a pretty quick process to seal only. And I'm actually going to double seal it. Just in case one seal fails, it will give me another one to work with. As you can see, I double sealed that. All right, so I'm going to fold down the edges so that the vegetables don't touch the bag, the edge where it's going to be sealed. So the vegetables I fermented the last time were green beans, cauliflower, garlic, and some ginger. And I also put in some dill. So it was pretty good. I still have 3 jars left, 3.5 jars. I did a total of 4, and when I eat ferments every day, it's just a tiny bit, so it lasts quite a while. Okay, as you can see, that's going to be about half full, which is perfect. And I'm just going to sprinkle my red peppers in there. And I'm going to sprinkle my salt. massage that around. And as this sits on the counter every day, I can go back and massage it around and get that salt to distribute evenly. So there it is. There's my mixture. I'm not going to put any other seasoning in it. And I am just going to vacuum seal it now. Okay. There we have it. You can see it is, all the air has been sucked out of that and it is sealed. I am going to do one more seal just for good measure. Okay, so now we have a double seal. Everything looks good. I am going to throw this in a dark spot usually because I don't really have a cupboard that I want to keep this in case the seals fail. I don't really want my cupboards getting all full of gross stuff. So I'm going to put this on the counter and just put a towel over the top. That's what I did when I fermented the last time in my mason jars, and it worked perfect. I had them on the counter for 9 days. On top of a towel and then covered with other towels, so in case the juice leaked or anything. So we are going to come back in several days and check this, and I'll bring you guys along and then we'll taste it when it's done and see how it works out. Okay, so just so you see what I do with my vegetables when I'm fermenting them in the bag, I am putting them on a towel on my counter. So I'm just going to place another towel on top of it to keep it in a dark spot. And then it's going to be easy access for me to come back daily and check it. And I'll be able to see the bag expanding and everything like that and keep an eye on it and see how it goes. This is the first day after I added my ferments to the vacuum seal bag. As you can see, it's already getting a little bit loose. There's getting gas in there. So, and you see the juice too, huh? So it looks like everything's working out. There's no leaks. I already checked for that, but I'm just going to massage this around and cover it back up and let it sit, and then we will come back tomorrow and see how it looks. Hey everybody, let's check the ferments. So this is the second day. Looks like it's getting a little puffier. Remember how it was vacuum sealed and really tight to those veggies? Well, now it's very loose. I can see a lot of juice in there, if you can see that. That salt is creating a lot of brine. So from my understanding, this will get a lot more puffier as the days go by. So I'm excited to see when it's finished, but this is the second day. There you go. Okay, this is the third day of fermenting in a vacuum sealed bag, and the bag is filling up with more air. I don't see any kind of liquid leakage, so everything's still, no liquid leakage, everything still looks good. So we're gonna keep going. Catch you here tomorrow. Okay, we are back on day 4, and hasn't really gotten that much more inflated. All right, so this is day 5. Looks like it's getting a little bit more full of air. Still no leaking. So this is good. So 1 week ago, I put this vegetable mix and a salt solution in a vacuum seal bag, and it's been on my counter ever since, covered up. So I don't really want to store this in a dark cupboard, because if for some reason the bag decides to pop and the juices go everywhere, I do not want a mess. So the fermentation is not done. I'm still going to leave it in there for a while, at least another week. So it has been a week. I will show you what it looks like. So this is what it looks like. You can see it's pretty puffy. I did a 2% salt to vegetable weight. So I weighed all my vegetables and then I multiplied that by 2%, and that's how much salt I put in. I did not use salt with iodine. So what I used was a canning and pickling salt that has no iodine in it. So I think iodine inhibits the fermentation process, so that's why they suggest not to use table salt, the cheap table salt. We'll see. So I was thinking about opening this today, but I'm not. I don't want to take the chance of it not being done. It's my first time ever fermenting, like I said, in a vacuum seal bag. I made sure that the bag was BPA free, and I know plastics are not good, but I wanted to try this out with my vacuum sealer in the bags and see how it worked, because I like to experiment, so you never know. Anyways, when I finally open this, I will store it in the fridge in glass jars, but as of right now, it looks pretty good. Daily I come and flip it over and make sure I don't see anything wacky on the inside, but as of right now, it's good to go. So this is going to be a little update. We will come back and do another update when it's finished, and you can see how I take it out and store it in a bag. Now in the meantime, this is a ferment that I did before I started this. So I did this about a month ago probably. I didn't film the process, but again, I made a salt solution, but this time I used water. So I used water and salt and fermented my vegetables. Okay, so I made 4 jars of this ferment. One of them I gave to my daughter. There's one that I have opened and it's almost gone. And I know this doesn't look like very packed full, but this is one that I haven't dipped into yet. But this is pretty good. I did cauliflower, green peppers, green beans, garlic, and ginger. And then also I put in some dill, and as you can see there, I put in some dill and some red pepper flakes as well. So I really enjoy eating this one. It's pretty good. So it's pretty crunchy still, not mushy. It has a definite tang to it that I like, and heat from the red pepper flakes that I used. So I'll do another video on how I did it in the jars soon, but I just have so many ferments right now I can't possibly store anymore. So this was the first one, turned out great. This is the second batch I've done. We'll see how it turns out once I remove it from the bag and store it in the fridge. So thanks for joining me, y'all. Hope to catch you here next time, and until then, stop eating processed foods.